everybody, welcome to the channel, Homesteading with Sadie. So today I am going to make use of these loofahs that we harvested from the garden. I have washed them with some vinegar and water and let them dry. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them into soap. So I'm going to cut them up, put them in some soap, and give them away as gifts. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to just set them in there, and then I'm just going to take this knife flat and cut. Okay, so I got a good line of cutting there, and then I just chop through it. You can see I got a nice little square there, and alright, so I'm just going to do that for all of these. Okay, I have some shea butter here, and I'm going to cut it up into smaller blocks because I'm going to melt it in the microwave, and you want it to melt somewhat evenly so you don't burn it. I'm going to make a few different, I'm not sure how much soap this is going to use, but I want to make a few different fragrances. So I have some essential oil, and I have a fragrance oil, which I'm excited to use for any men. It's probably the most manly scent I have, but anyhow, it's cappuccino espresso. This smells really good, so I'm going to use this on a few of the soaps to give to my son-in-law, and maybe I'll let Bob have one. So I'm going to put this in a bowl and melt it, but before I melt it, I'm going to get all my fragrance and color ready to go. So these are natural colors. They're mica, and I can't remember where I got them. I probably got them, it says Travers Bay Bath and Body. I'm sure I bought them offline. But they're all natural, so it's not any artificial ingredients going in this. And I got this from Brambleberry. I'm not sponsored, I purchased all of these, but Brambleberry has a great selection of soap. I have the soap cut up, and I'm gonna get all my other ingredients together before I melt it. So I think for the first set, I'm going to use the coffee espresso, which is a fragrance oil, it's not an essential oil. And I'm going to use this madder root because I've already opened it up, and it's kind of brown, so that'll make it kind of look like coffee. So let me go ahead and get all that situated. I need a little alcohol in a spray bottle. So this is my alcohol spray bottle, and just rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to fill my bottle up. It's kind of empty. So I have my alcohol in here. I'm going to put, whatever this is, like half a teaspoon or so in here for color. And then I'm going to just pour a little bit of this alcohol in here so I can make it into a liquid. And then I'm going to put about an ounce. It'll be about an ounce in here. I don't have a measuring thing, but it's going to be just like, just fill the bottom of that little jar. Just kind of spilled it a little bit. I'm going to put plastic over that. When you melt it, just keep all that moisture in. And I'm going to put it in the microwave for like, I'm going to do 15 seconds first to get it going. Actually, I'm going to do 20 seconds. I'm going to do 20 seconds first to get it melting, and then 10-second intervals to make sure it's all melted. Okay. So I think it's all melted. The temperature to be like, it's 144 now, so I'm just going to keep stirring it, let it cool down just a little bit, because you want it to be at the right temperature to accept all this. Just going to stir it till it gets to be about 120 without a film. It'll start to get a little filmy if you let it sit. So you want it to be running. Okay, well that's cooling down just a little bit. I'm going to take these out. And I'm actually going to spray this with the alcohol. That way nothing will stick inside here. Okay, this is now at 135. I'm going to add my color. Excuse the dogs barking. And my fragrance. And put these back in. I don't know how much this is going to make. This almost looks a little pinkish. Okay, and then I'm just pour it in. Okay, which is perfect because I just made 2 of them. That was an extra thing of soap I had. See, it's sticking out a little bit. I could have cut them just a little or smushed them in a little bit more. All right, I'm going to rinse this stuff all out and make a different batch because this is going to be the coffee. So I see the mistake I made a little bit where I probably need to maybe smush these down a little bit. That one seems to be good, but I'll smush it down just a little. That way they don't stick that far. This one's really above it. All right, let me clean up these dishes and then I'll go ahead and melt some more soap and we'll try a 1 pound block of shea butter, melt and pour soap. I'm going to cut it into small cubes and then I'm going to microwave it 10 to 15 second intervals, stirring in between. That way it doesn't burn. So for 1 pound of soap, it's going to be 5 ml, is that milliliters of fragrance. So I have my pipette, which is 3. So that's a 3. Seems like a lot of soap, but it will melt down. Okay, I got this melted and it's at about 130. I'm going to add my coloring. Keep stirring it all in. It's not as yellow as I would have liked it to be, but that's fine. Actually, it's not that yellow at all, is it? Try to put some more in. Wow, that is not yellow at all. I'm going to add some more yellow real quick. Well, that's probably the best I'm going to get at the moment. And some of my fragrance, I said 5 mLs per pound. And this is at 3. And then just 2 more, give or take. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so let's see what this temperature is. It's about 127, which is time to pour. Get this stuff out of the way. All right. Oh. All right, so what we're gonna do is squirt these so they don't stick. Squish them down so they don't pop up. And then let's see how far this 1 pound will go with these. And just pour it in there. A seed left in my loofah. Okay, I'm just going to top all those off a little bit. So I say 1 pound made 4 of them almost perfectly. Just push those down in there. Absolutely, that looks awesome. So what I'll do is, I don't see any air bubbles, but with soap sometimes you just want to squirt the top to get rid of any air bubbles with that alcohol. And then we will just let this sit here and dry. I'll clean up, and once this is fully formed, it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours, give or take, and we'll come back and take them out and see how they look. All right? Okay. So it's been about 5 hours, and I made a few more, and I'm going to take them all out of the mold. So to take them out of these silicone molds, you just kind of pull. They pop up really easy, actually. This one's a little high. I might cut that down. There's that one. This one's a little better. Push that one down further. This one. The back side says it flows all to the top. That's really nice though. So they turned out really nice. Just open up these. Look how nice that is. All right, so oh look at that's got a shimmer on it. I'm going to seal these in some saran wrap and with a heat gun and seal them up, and they'll be ready to gift. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please make a comment below. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And there's a bell to be notified when we get a new video out. And we will see you on the next one.